Hello.
Hi.
You guys ready for this?
Yeah, it's been...
Graham's over here munching on some crackers still.
Yeah.
Before we get this thing started.
When's the last time we recorded a podcast?
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween.
So we're just going to make this a holiday.
Yeah.
It's going to be every holiday. Well, fuck Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we skipped Thanksgiving.
Yeah, fuck Thanksgiving.
I mean, really, what are we going to talk about?
Turkeys.
Well, I mean, we could
Food poisoning happens.
talk, I don't know, New Year's and Christmas.
Well, we're going to basically hit the big four. We'll go Christmas. We'll go Valentine's. We'll go... No, not Valentine's Day. Oh, what's
St. Patrick's Day.
Is that a... Was that you?
Leif Erikson.
Well, Grim, what's your top four?
Probably Halloween, Christmas.
Your own birthday.
I mean, thanks. No, I really don't like my birthday. It's in February. I hate February. So I'd say Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. They're all three right in a row.
Right,
But
okay.
they're,
What about 4th of July? How do you feel about 4th of July?
I like 4th of July. I probably... Okay, when you say top four, do you mean like...
What are the... Okay, think of it like... There's a bunch of holidays that are meaningless, okay? And we just sort of are like,
Okay,
oh, Columbus Day.
I'd say it's probably...
What's the most important?
I'd say
holidays?
Maybe not necessarily to me, but in general, when I think holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter.
Easter.
Yeah. I'm not big
I'd
on
say
Easter.
4th of July.
Well, I like 4th of July. I
in
like
the
4th
US.
of July much more, but I mean, it's kind of just another
Shit.
day.
It's a celebration of our independence, man.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Easter.
I like 4th of July. It's always...
Oh, yeah.
It feels good, but I don't know if it's... I don't know. Easter seems to be made a bigger deal by most people than 4th of July, so...
Yeah.
I was just curious how you felt.
Yeah. But the number one...
What's the... What?
It's fucking Christmas.
Christmas.
That's the holiday.
Conveniently... What, like 5 days away? Something like that?
Today's the
like
21st, right?
Oh my god. Well,
I think, right?
Merry Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve's Wednesday, so...
Yeah.
Shit. Well, we're wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
Yep, Merry Christmas.
Here from the Vortex, we've got... Woo, that's a Merry Christmas from Grim.
Yep.
And from Fiend and from Chris.
What?
So we have a very special podcast for you, and it's special in that we did not prepare for it at all.
We're just kind of doing this on the pod.
Shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Shooting the snow. Except
just
it's not snowing.
No.
This would be nice. Like, here's how the listener should imagine us right now.
Right.
Okay, we're sitting like you were just explaining
Fireside.
that living room, that beautiful, the ideal Christmas living room. We're in that right now in like
The
cozy,
fireside,
cozy armchairs,
Yeah.
sipping eggnog.
Yep, with the stockings hanging
Let me
over
just
the
take a sip of this
Christmas
eggnog.
or the mantle on the fire and shit.
Ew.
Oh,
Eggnog went down the wrong pipe
is that
there.
good?
Yeah.
There's like little Santa statuettes.
Yeah.
There's a nativity.
Yeah, the nativity.
Snowman, like snow
This perfect
globes.
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
No snow globes.
Okay,
I
fuck
didn't
snow
see
globes.
any
Those are right out.
Right. Nah, fuck those things.
What about some like lights strung up with
Yeah.
tinsel?
Yeah. That'd be...
Man, this is. I wish we were.
And it's snowing outside. Like,
Yeah.
you look out the window.
There's
There's like a big
frost.
open window. And
Yes.
it's snowing outside, and it's like 3-4 inches outside right now.
And it's just
Yeah.
coming down
Timing.
steady, but like.
That's how it is setting in.
But
this
not
weather.
like in a bad way. It's like,
No.
it's so relaxing, and there's
Right.
like a soft glow from the
Right.
stars and the moon, and you can actually see the star that like guided the 4 horsemen to Jesus.
Oh, it's really bright.
But then you can also see the moon, and you can see Santa in front of it. Like,
Right. It's
just going back
Yeah.
and forth
What's
flying.
Santa
just
like
so we
scouting?
can get that shot. It's just back and forth.
Every
He's
time
like,
you look, he
did
just
you
goes,
get it yet? Ho ho ho! I've got shit to do.
Right.
Yes, he's scouting because, he's got a lot of houses to hit,
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So, Santa, right?
What
When
about
did you?
Santa?
Okay, listeners. Spoiler alert. Okay, when did you, Grim? Actually, Fiend. This will be better. Fiend, tell me the day you found out, or night, that Santa wasn't real.
What?
Not real. Santa's not real?
Oh shit.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, tell me about this. I want to know how.
To be honest, I always think about that. I'm like, how did I know? Like,
So you don't
Santa
even know.
No, I don't think I could actually tell you a point when I remember.
So you didn't go up to your parent and say, guys, I figured it out.
No, I think.
See, that happened to me.
I think it just happened.
Okay, so you just slowly, it sunk in.
Yeah, I think maybe by the time I was like 10, I knew that it was my parents, but I would still be like, oh, you know,
kind of go with
Santa, yeah.
Well,
I mean, like
most kids ruin it for each other, and most people.
we still like, you know, write Santa.
Yeah,
gifts,
sure, yeah.
It's like, oh, sweet Santa. You know?
But that's just fun.
to have fun.
But I'm saying, like, when I was like 9 or something, I can't remember. I just went up to like my uncle. I was like, I don't think Santa's real, and he's like, he's not, and I was like, and then I was still crushed, even though I knew. I was like, it was one of those things where you're like, you know the answer, but you don't want to hear it, you know? So it was just like, oh, magic died for me that day. I don't know about you. I had to keep it.
Well, you're just like, I don't think it's real. And then,
yeah, and then it's like, they just kind of laughed and were like, haha, you figured it out. And I was like, no!
Yeah, I don't remember when or how old I was, but I remember when it happened because, I mean, obviously, Chris and I are brothers.
Did you ever snoop?
Huh?
Did you ever snoop?
What, on Christmas Eve or Christmas night to see if he was
I used to do that
around?
shit.
No, I mean, snoop on, like, after your parents had bought shit, you know.
Oh, I never...
Oh, well...
It's really hard to do that.
After I knew, you know, about Santa being, you know, not real, because before I was just, why would there be presents in the house? Because Santa has them in his sleigh. But yeah, so here's what I do remember. It was probably somewhere between the ages of 6 and 8, maybe 8.
6 and 8?
7.
Well, that means I was 10.
I don't know, because I don't know how old I was. But I just remember going into the dining room because my parents, I don't know how it came about, but they wanted to just tell me because...
Sure. They're like, we're sick of this shit.
Well, they just wanted to tell me, which is cool. And they told me, and I remember, honestly, like, legitimately being kind of devastated. No, I remember kind of being devastated for a little bit because it was like, it's like, why do we, like...
Why did you even...
I remember, like thinking... Then why do we even make up all this bullshit, you know?
Because
like,
it's fun for the few years.
Then after it sunk in and it was like, okay, that's fine. That's cool because, for one, I mean, still getting presents.
Right.
2,
plus,
I mean, it's fun.
Santa's kind of creepy if you think about it.
It's kind of good.
It's kind of like a Big Brother thing where he's always watching.
It's almost better to know because that way you know there's not a large man going through your chimney. We don't have a chimney, so...
Yeah, they always said he would come through the door, and I was like,
it's like, why don't we lock it?
Why don't I hear it?
Or like the vents or something.
Oh! He's like just squeezing out like butter, like... But no, okay, do you remember, Grim, one time we went to visit our family and we came back and we were looking around the house and I swear to God, there were like deer tracks in our yard.
Yes.
And there just happened to be a deer that walked through our yard in the snow. And there's all these deer tracks, and my parents were like freaking out because they thought it was so cool. And they were like, "It's
very
Santa's
convenient."
Santa rode up on a reindeer just and like got off it.
I remember that.
I was like, "What the hell? Who did you pay to do this?" Because I knew Santa was not real at that point.
Right.
And I was like, "This is really weird," because there were just deer tracks,
actual deer.
all up around the house, like up near the door and stuff. And they were just like laughing, like, "Oh yeah, that was Santa." And I honestly don't know to this day whether they
Did you believe him again for that night, for that Christmas?
No, I just didn't know if they paid a guy to come around with like a stick with like a fake deer foot on the end, and he's just like, that's like his job. You pay him like $200, and he just like does that.
He's Santa's little helper, if you know. That's what his business is called.
Right. That way it keeps it alive for the kids who see it in the phone book. They're like, it reminds me of like this new Elf on the Shelf shit. Like, what the hell is that?
I have no idea.
Well, I read the book.
Apparently, isn't it like just? I've never read the book, but like
it's an excuse for how Santa
keeps
his eye on.
Yeah, it's like every day the elf is somewhere else in the house.
It's
the
creepy
kid
as
has to
fuck.
find him in the morning, and like
I thought it was
doing
like
something is like a message behind it.
Well, every parent can do it differently. The good parents would do something fun like
Sure.
that. The bad parents just leave it on the shelf and they're like, "He's watching you. He's watching you." Because honestly, like all it says in the book is, "Don't touch the elf." It says he's keeping an eye on you, and he's gonna go back to Santa a week before Christmas, and he's gonna tell you how you behaved. So really, it's kind of like, it's just like preparing a kid for like surveillance.
What if you couldn't take that weight of a week
That's what I'm
to
saying.
know what the elf said?
But I think a lot of parents use it to do fun little things. Like they'll
Sure.
take it and be like, "Where's the elf?" Oh,
It's just another spin on Santa. I mean,
right
for Santa.
I think it could be fun if you're like using it in a good way.
Right.
but I think a lot of the times it's just a weird fad right now. It's like a Furby.
Yeah.
It's a Furby. It's a Christmas Furby that just sits there. But I did read the book.
Christmas Furby?
I'm
Probably.
sure. Let's not look that up.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Furbies should never come back, even though they already did.
They did.
That was like our first podcast. We talked about Furbies.
Yep.
What the fuck?
We
just
comes back.
Boom, and how it comes back.
Full circle. It's almost been like a year now.
Yeah, well, since we started the Vortex Podcast.
When was our first podcast?
I think it was like January.
So yeah, it's like we're a month
there.
away from an
I
anniversary.
guess maybe we should do a 1 year anniversary podcast.
Yeah, that would probably actually be good.
The party.
Yeah, we'll watch DBZ, play with Furbies.
We'll just talk about the same
the
thing.
shit.
Yeah, no, it'll be like word for word the same podcast, but just with little
It'll be a
differences.
best of. We just talk about our favorite topics, which just lead to the exact
Same
same
thing. I don't know why it's like that, but it's just cyclical. Like with the things, it's like we have a flow chart, it's like a flow chart.
It goes this way, and then somehow it comes.
It's always
back.
going to end out the same 3 things: DBZ, Furbies, or something else, and it's always going to be those. It just depends on how it gets to that point.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I had a question
Okay.
that's pertaining to Christmas, actually.
Oh well, I was
even
gonna.
better.
If you don't remember it, I can.
Well, what's your question?
I was gonna talk about Krampus. You guys
Oh,
ever
yes.
heard of Krampus?
Krampus. I've heard of.
I've heard of Krampus.
Okay. Well, it's like, the German. It started as a German tradition to like scare kids, as saying there was like a monster. This is like
God.
a horned monster out
This is
there.
like worse than
that
Elf
like
on the
keeps
Shelf.
an eye on like the horrible kids. And,
So he's like
out to get the
he's like
horrible kids.
Satan for Christmas.
Well, Santa,
Yeah,
Satan,
because
just
for Saint
revenge
Nicholas,
letters.
it's like the opposite of Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas
So
is like their guy that
does
looks
Krampus
over
bring
kids
you
and brings the good
Sure,
kids stuff.
yeah. But I see. So did our Saint Nicholas, like Santa, just absorb Krampus? Because Santa is supposed to bring coal if they're bad. Does Krampus bring coal, or does he just
He whips you.
Oh fuck!
Oh!
Well, I don't know.
You've
I'm
been a
not
bad
sure. He's just like a
boy.
horned monster that like takes children away.
Right.
Kind of. That's like the
Oh, wait a
folklore
second.
behind it.
Is this
But it became like a thing.
a tradition? Yeah,
Where like people dress up as it and they walk around with like switches
Oh,
or
fuck.
like big sticks to whip people.
beat
with.
the shit out of
and
kids.
they're like, hey, yeah, if they won't do it to kids, they'll do it to like adults walking
Okay.
on the streets. Like,
So do they go like
they'll
house
like
to
just,
house and just
yeah,
be
they'll
like, do you
a
have any?
gang of like 3,
Krampuses?
4, or 5 of them just walking the streets and just whipping people with.
God, that sounds like it'd be fun
It's
to
like
do.
be warned, be armed,
But don't you think they'd have like a neighborhood Krampus who's like the dad?
Oh, I'm sure.
They're like, okay, this year I'll be
There might be.
Krampus,
Sure, there might
and I'll
be.
go around to your houses.
I'm sure it's different in each place.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they
I'm
like
sure,
knock
like-
on the door and they're like,
Yeah.
do you have naughty kids? And they're like, ah! And you're like, I'm gonna be you! And then they're like, see, this is why you gotta be good. It's
Right?
real.
Right?
Honestly, yeah, I think that should just be what's
Why don't we do that
practiced,
here?
I guess.
I
what's
want to.
taught,
I want to
like-
walk around town.
You
and
should.
be like-
No, you create the
and then
first.
shut up.
Yeah, you in our little town, you become the first Krampus. I guarantee the first house you go to, you'll be arrested.
Probably.
You
Yeah.
knock at the door, you've got. What
But
does
like,
Krampus
it's
look
like a thing over there. Like the cops don't even. They're It's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
such a.
Well, it's like trick or treating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what does Krampus look like?
What's Krampus?
He's like a horned monster. Like think
Oh,
of like
yeah.
Bigfoot, but like he's got like horns and like.
So how do you dress
You,
up
like-
as that?
I don't
You
know.
need like a full fur suit.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and like, I don't know. Most of them kind of wear like weird
Masks.
masks with, and then like add horns to them.
It sounds fucking sweet. So yeah, let's try and get this tradition
All right,
going.
but here's what I want to know: who wins, Krampus versus Santa Claus in a death match?
Ooh,
Because
you should
Is Krampus
Google
magical?
that and see if it's an actual thing.
But what does?
I don't know
Because Santa's
You know,
really magical.
But it's Krampus. I mean, he's like a demon, pretty much.
But Santa has that
Oh.
power to like fit down chimneys and stuff. He could literally like fit down your esophagus and then just explode, and you explode in a bloody spray because he just expands. Because remember in the movies,
That's
Santa always
true.
would like shrink down and
Yeah.
fit through like literally like a vent, like you were saying,
Right.
an air vent, and
You're
then
right.
he can expand. So maybe that would just kill Santa. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's pretty fucked up, actually. This has got,
Yeah.
of course,
Okay,
you can't
I
just have a nice
Googled
Christmas.
it. Here's a few opinions.
Thoughts?
Here. I won't read.
Uh-oh.
This guy says, "Doesn't Santa command Krampus?"
Oh,
Santa. So this guy
Oh.
says Santa. This guy says,
So
"Nah, he
Kramp-
just sometimes accompanies Santa,
What?
or just goes on his own in dealing with bad children."
so some people think Krampus is like Santa's little demon.
There's not a whole lot to this
Discussion.
topic here, but there is a nice
kind of-
picture of Krampus, and he looks like
Oh, He looks like Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, he does.
If he
look
were
like
green and had like
And
horns.
Santa.
It's really weird.
Oh, that is creepy.
Yeah.
So
Man, I don't want that at my
I'm
door.
gonna go Santa because he's the OG.
Plus, Santa
Yeah.
probably has dad strength.
Santa
Yeah.
probably would.
And I mean, he's got other elves at his disposal. They can build anything he needs, anything he wants.
Plus, Santa, like, yeah, those elves, they're like ants. They can just die
Yeah.
for the cause,
That's true.
and he can just summon new ones.
And he's powered up by cookies and milk. So
Yeah, did you think about that?
Well, would you think that lemmings would work for Krampus?
It probably would, yeah.
maybe.
Krampus can summon lemmings, you mean?
Maybe.
I guess we'll
We
never
can
know.
add that to the folklore.
You mentioned cookies and milk. It's kind of creepy. It's like a sacrifice.
It's
It's like you're putting something out there. We used to leave carrots for the reindeer.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
we
I
cut
mean-
them. We cut 'em.
Speaking of like that kind of stuff,
Oh, Jesus.
I think it was like, like Christmas Eve services or something. But it was like, I think it was after. I think. But like,
This
there was
was
at
at a
some point in
church?
time, maybe it was in the morning even, to like make us believe that Santa was real still, or make me believe, but probably at that point, I don't know. They had like, we had a real fireplace. They took
Footprints?
and put them on the carpet.
No,
and stuff.
that's really cool and
Yeah.
easy to do because you actually have boots.
Right.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool, actually.
You know-
I thought that was cool, but
Okay.
I think that was past the point of when I thought Santa was real.
So they're like
Yeah.
grasping it, like maybe we can get him to.
I don't know. I just kind of, it
kinda-
probably just kind of faded away as far as I can. I don't
Yeah.
remember them asking me about it. Maybe like when I was older, like probably like 15 or 16. They were so like, when did you forget? And I'm like, oh,
So it's kind of like the sex talk they never talk about. It's like you
It
just
just-
kind of
Yeah,
figured it out.
I
You just
guess,
kind of
yeah.
figured it out.
Yeah.
Blows over. Because
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, I
That's
don't remember
how to
when
be
it was.
a parent in America.
It could have been older than 6, 7, or 8. It was probably around the time that, Chris figured it out and everything, because they just were like, fuck it.
Right.
Fuck it.
But yeah, this cookies and milk, it is like a sacrifice to the evil Santa Claus.
No, it's what it is. It's just a remnant of ancient times. Because it's like Christmas is like just a big clusterfuck of a
True.
bunch of different past things. Because really, it's like I can't remember the name of the festival. I think it's like Saturnia.
What?
It's like a Roman festival that was around this
Oh, okay.
time of year.
Sure.
So then once, Christianity and Catholicism was like, we got to like absorb all the other cultures and religions, instead of trying to get rid of the pagan religions and festivals, they just slapped a Christian name on everything. Like, literally
sure.
everything. Like Halloween was just Samhain,
Yeah.
but then it became All Saints Day on November
Right.
1st. So basically what they did is, rather than try and get rid of it, they just gave it a new meaning. Because, Jesus wasn't born around this time at all.
Yeah.
Right.
If-
Wasn't it in like January?
Yeah.
Technically?
Well, I
I
think
thought
it
it
was...
was in like spring or
Yeah, I thought it was just a completely
I mean,
different
I don't
time
know
of
for
year.
sure.
It almost doesn't matter. The thing is, it doesn't have any relation. They
Right.
just said, let's do this then because it's so big. Let's
Right.
take the most important thing in our religion and put it on the most important thing of their religion.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's why we have all these things. And like trees, that's just from Yule, which is like a Norse, like a Northern European like thing. There's a bunch.
in
It's just a big
way,
clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting and cool how it's basically just like everyone throw in their shit,
Yeah.
and it makes what we have.
Right, but that's where the problem
Yeah,
comes
for
from.
sure.
Like modern day, like Christians and stuff are like mad that it's like not about Jesus anymore. I'm like, bitch, it was never. It was used to be
Yeah.
this stuff before.
Kind of just a
You know what I
bunch of
mean?
shit thrown
It's that's the
together.
problem
Yeah.
with it is you can't. We all need to just be happy with each other's. It's a celebration of all these different things.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be
Right.
so exclusive. It's just annoying when people are trying to tell other people like, don't say Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
Say Merry Christmas because this is what we.
Right.
But yeah, it's like that's the irony of it was that it's like it
or
was never
it's
that in
Happy
the first
Holidays because it covers both Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, that's the way I see
That's
it.
the
place.
way
And
I've always seen
Hanukkah
it.
and
Yeah.
Kwanzaa
Yeah,
and
but I know.
whatever
I mean,
you-
like, if
whatever-
you're not religious
yeah,
or to that so and so holiday,
right.
it covers
It's whatever
you know,
you're
Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Or it covers Kwanzaa and New Year's.
But that's
you know,
why I
like-
think it's awesome
Whatever.
to say Happy Holidays. Some people just get offended. It's
Yeah.
like, what do
Which is ridiculous.
I feel like New Year's is always part of that,
Yeah.
regardless of what Happy Holidays means. You know.
Yeah, I just think it's so interesting. It basically every holiday is just some ancient pagan bullshit that got fucking relabeled, and now we have like Santa, trees, fucking
Cross,
all this stuff.
Yeah, like
Jesus' birthday, all this
like
stuff.
The
You know?
manger.
Yeah, it's just a big mishmash.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hear your. Okay, you're 5 years old again. Okay.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
I want to hear your perfect Christmas morning. Like
At 5
At
years
the
old.
age
what
of
do you want to
5?
find? What do you want to find downstairs, down under the Christmas tree? What time do you wake up? Are you gonna like get some OJ? Are you gonna just like
At the age of 5?
5 or 6, 7? You know, like
7,
kid. I just
okay.
said kid.
Okay.
Like it's still real to you, and you're like very excited.
Okay, I'd say if I'm 5, it'd be
So let's just tell it.
1998.
Okay, so tell the narrative though.
So
Oh, hold on. Yeah, keep
we'll,
talking.
I remember I'm gonna hark back to
Okay.
us actual night
Sure.
before Christmas that I remember. What we used to do is
Oh.
usually
You hear that?
Santa's here early. Nope, it's just Chris with the sleigh bells.
Anyways.
Well, I wanted to make it like in the distance. Okay,
Yeah.
tell your story.
Okay, so what we used to do is we would be
That's really loud.
we'd go to Iowa for
Sure.
Christmas, and then we'd come back usually so we'd be home for
Sure.
actual Christmas on Christmas
Uh-huh.
Day. So I remember one night coming back on Christmas Eve night, and it was pretty late, and I was still a believer, and so
Wait,
my parents
you
were like,
believe-
You're supposed to be making this up.
no,
not-
I am, but
Oh,
this is
okay.
how the night goes before. It's
All right,
actually like
all right.
this. So go to bed, and it's hard to fall asleep because you're so excited for Santa Claus.
And the
This is a
visions
rival.
of sugar plums are dancing in
And
your head.
so you fall asleep, you drift to sleep, and it's the best slumber you've ever had. You wake up, we'll say 7:30. Some people get up at
So
like
you slept the fuck in.
well, some people
for a
get
little
up at
kid.
like yeah, that's what some
5 o'clock, you're
Yeah.
like, Mommy!
yeah, but we'll say 7:30. Get up, like those eyes pop open. Holy fuck! It's Christmas. Da-da-da. Get right out in the pajamas. Run downstairs. Mom and Dad are already there. You know, awake, sitting there. Dad sipping coffee. Mom.
So basically a Christmas Stories movie. scene.
And then I go wake Chris up. Chris, Santa's here. We run downstairs. Actually, he's not here.
Santa's
he's came.
here right now.
Santa has came.
Santa
all over
came.
Our living room.
He emptied his bulging
So
sack.
then go downstairs.
on the floor.
We go downstairs, and we see it. The presents glowing,
All 2.
Dang.
and
No.
it's snowing outside. I'm just trying to set it all.
See,
There's-
that's the thing about Christmas. It never fucking snows.
Yeah, I
It
know.
never
It's
has.
usually
It
really
It never
hard.
snows.
As far as
It's just
what,
muddy.
what Santa gave me is
He
a
gave you...
real Pokemon.
Okay, wow.
Actual
Whoa.
Pokemon.
That surprised me.
I was not. I was
I mean,
expecting something without, like, not in the realm of fantasy.
Well, I mean, think about it. Imagine hell, I mean, I'd take a Pokemon now, but at the age of 5,
I guess this is the ultimate
I would have been
Christmas.
Right.
super Pokemon-tastic because it would have just come out about.
I think you
and-
would have actually died.
Yes, but
Probably
because
because the Pokemon would kill you.
I don't know which Pokemon it is.
It'd be
I
Pikachu
open up the
because you're such a
Pokeball.
little Charmander.
Squirtle, because
Oh.
that was my first Pokemon I ever picked.
Oh,
So that is my, I guess, and of course, you know, there's Christmas music playing on the radio, the stereo, whatever. There's
A fake
just
Yule log on
nice,
the TV.
Yeah, it just feels good.
sure.
Just feels fucking good. We eat some food, delicious, just
Cinnamon rolls.
cinnamon rolls in the morning. Ah, Christmas, man. So,
That's pretty good.
It's hard to top that.
That'd be awesome to have a real life
so
Squirtle.
you
I mean,
let's just to recap.
does
Santa
it level
came.
up? The question here is, is the Squirtle actually a Pokemon and level up and evolve and shit?
No, well, I don't
don't-
think you'd
I don't
measure
know,
it
I've
like by
never-
levels. It's just the levels in the game are a way to like measure
Right,
how
I
it's
understand
gone.
that.
It's
Of how
actually-
Yeah, it would
grows,
learn, and then
how it ages.
once it got to an age,
Right.
it would evolve. I think.
Right.
Now we're just talking about Pokemon.
Or would it just slowly look like that and just be like?
I think I honestly think it'd be cooler if the Pokemon gradually changed.
Became like the next
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
So like one day your Squirtle like sprouts little like cool little tufts.
Yeah.
And they kind of just
They get
bigger.
grower. Yeah, and
his
he gets
eyes get a little bit more angry,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
every day he gets more and more angry.
Yeah.
And he's like, squirt, water, squirt. Like
No, they wouldn't say his name. That's
Oh, that's
That's
just
my
the
biggest
show,
problem
yeah.
with Pokemon show was that the
Yeah,
fact that they
yeah.
always said their name instead of making cool
It
like
should just
growls.
be the cry
Right.
from the game.
Something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you my perfect morning. I'm going to just tell you, okay, I remember I did used to, because I couldn't sleep, I'd wake up really early and I would go down at like 4 a.m. and just look at everything and then go back upstairs. And I'd just be like too excited.
Because you'd be like, oh shit.
Well, one year, I swear to God, I came downstairs and it was like the most amazing display ever. It was set up like, like kind of like a, I don't know how to, it was like set up like an art display.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was fucking Jurassic Park
Oh,
T-Rexes.
fuck, yeah.
And it was like when I was at the height of my dinosaur
Right.
like
I was
obsession.
gonna say, if I was
Yes.
that age,
And
it'd
these
be
dinosaurs, I mean, it was big, and you could move it and
Yeah,
stuff, and
I
it was like
remember
really big, like it
T-Rex.
would like open its mouth and shit, and I was like, oh my god. So then I had to like go back to bed knowing that I had a brand new toy Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And that would be hard. I mean,
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Part of me just wanted to just stay, and then
fall asleep right in front of the toy.
that would be like
presents.
5 hours later though. So, but I do remember that's stuck in my mind, like, and I remember also like later on, obviously, but when the GameCube came out, the Nintendo GameCube, I had dreams about getting Super Smash Bros. Melee for like months, like at least 6 months. I'd have dreams where I
Was it
know
always on Christmas morning?
no, it would be like I'd be in bed, I'd like in my dream,
You would just have
I'd
it.
see a GameCube,
and you
and then
go-
all of a sudden I'd be able to play Melee, and I was
You wake up, it's like
this is how obsessed people don't realize. That's how obsessed I was with video. Like kids are like that now.
Yeah.
Nowadays, for me, video games are just a nice, relaxing way to get away from stuff,
Yeah.
But at the time, video games was like that was
Yeah, that's
everything.
it.
Like that was life. So I had dreams of like getting to play like new characters and feel the controller, and it's so much better than an N64 controller.
Oh yeah.
And then I finally got to play Melee when we went over to a friend's house, and
Oh.
it wasn't even as good as my dream. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
But it was like nothing can live up to a dream where you're like
Right.
literally like and they're
And
like
6 months
Right.
worth of
Yeah.
it, you know.
yeah. But I think we didn't even get it for Christmas, so I don't know why.
No, we got it shortly
Didn't
after
Barkeys get it?
Christmas.
Yeah, they were the
Our
one.
fr-
They were the friends I went over to
try
play, and they
Yeah,
were
I think we all went
All
over
playing.
there and played Melee for
It was one of those things where it was like, wait, you have it?
Yeah, it's like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
well, what
Yeah,
it
I got
was, Grim was like friends with these guys, and
Yeah.
I was just like, I didn't even know him, but he was like, yeah, they have Melee, and I was like, can I go? Like it was
I
like
do
one of those
remember
things
that.
where that just kind of happened.
Because it was like drugs. It's like, wait, you got this?
Right.
Yeah,
It's like, what?
exactly. It's like, but the thing about it is, Melee still, it's a great game,
Yes.
and I kind of wish I had got it for Christmas. But I mean, what's the best Christmas gift you ever? Well, here, tell us your. Fiend, tell us your perfect
fantasy.
your fantasy Christmas morning.
At that
and,
age?
and also
As a
tell
kid.
me,
Man,
but
okay.
work in
I will say
your favorite gift ever, though, as well. Okay.
All right, I'll be thinking.
That you've
about
ever
it.
got.
I'll say, since Grim went with the route of saying real shit, like real Pokemon.
Yeah, that's insane, though. You're
When
gonna say
you said
your
real shit. I was
your
like,
parents
yes,
are like you're a Saiyan.
No,
Okay.
mine probably would have been like
Dragon Balls, all of them. All
just a
of them.
4-star.
no. I really, I would want like a pet dinosaur. I mean, I was that age. You know, that was probably the height of my
That would be really
dinosaur that age too.
Right.
But like, no, I anyways, I just had to say that because I was like, man, that would be sweet to have a pet dinosaur. Like,
Yeah, there's books
Yes.
about it.
so I had to like just get that out. You know, I'm trying to think of what my favorite gift was. Like when I went down, I can see it, but I can't.
Was it a toy or like an electronic? Because I was obsessed with Legos, and sometimes I'd get Legos that were just
I got
insane.
a skateboard.
Oh, that's
year,
pretty
and That
cool.
was awesome.
See,
I was
yeah.
like, oh
Now,
shit.
can you actually skateboard? Because I never could.
Mildly, it's been forever since I have.
But
I
at the
had
time,
probably
you were like,
yeah,
you were like, I'm gonna be the best skateboarder.
right.
You're the new
Right.
Tony Hawk.
Nah, about as good as Tony Hawk.
Well, what the thing was, it was like brand new.
But I've always wanted to
Yeah.
get a skateboard since I stopped using it because it started to get crappy. It was just like one of those ones you just buy.
Right.
Like,
That's what I had too.
But
Terrible.
I used it. I made it work.
Did you loosen up the wheels a little bit so you could actually turn? Because that's the problem with those.
It broke in after a while. So, but like, I want to buy like a nice skateboard and start skateboarding, but I just haven't yet. But,
yeah.
But that was probably the best one because I think I got like a lava lamp with it too.
Lava lamp.
Dude, I had a lava lamp. The thing is,
I'm thinking I could just like see them both sitting there like glowing in the
right.
dark, like still in the morning.
So weird. Lava lamp. I had a lava lamp, and it's like ingrained in my mind as being a Christmas thing because we had it around the time, and
it was blue and green.
Oh, that one's so much cooler than
bubbles.
Ours. Mine was orange.
It was
red.
blue water with green bubbles.
Oh,
green bubbles.
I'm getting
like
lava
glowed
lamp.
green bubbles.
That's so
I think
cool.
I still have them somewhere. I'm like, I should get the.
Well, the thing was, we had one, and my mom she thought we were gonna like explode by being near it. Like she was just overprotective and crazy about it. But we had one. I remember it was Christmas one time, and this might have been around the time of the T-Rex thing. And we would listen to Disney CDs to try and because I could never fall asleep without listening to this fucking Disney CD.
Right.
So this lava lamp is like burned into my memory. Oh man, now I want another lava lamp, but a green one because ours was kind of lame and orange. But yeah,
it was badass.
So you got a skateboard, which is like really so. I can just imagine you trying to go skateboard and it's like snowing and you're like slipping around.
I think I did in
the
garage or in the driveway or something.
Yeah. But did you learn how to ollie?
Yeah,
that day?
Barely. No.
It was like it was just an all.
Yeah,
you couldn't
it was
really,
like an all.
It was just an OL.
And the EU part was probably me on the ground.
It was like ollie. But that's pretty sweet though. That's amazing. What would you What was the one gift that you never got that you wanted? Like, was there something that you really wanted but you just never got?
First up,
and it can't be a Pokemon.
Well, first I want to say the best gift I got. I mean.
Oh, okay.
And you did you?
Oh, that's true. I think I kind of said like the T-Rex was. Yeah. That's the one that I will always remember.
Here's the thing.
I will also add before you say yours that when I got my badass red Nintendo with red version.
Oh God, that is amazing.
It was like I had one. It was the big fat one, but
the
it was
original
like
Game Boy.
Yeah, the Game Boy.
It was my pocket. We got
red
pockets.
And it had black buttons, and it was the coolest shit ever.
That sounds awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. That was the top.
So that's your top.
The
two.
thing is, for me, I remember certain gifts and the way, like when I got them, how I got them for Christmas, and they may not have been my favorite, but they are really memorable. So I feel like it's worth saying. One, I just thought this was the coolest thing. So obviously I believed it was Santa at the time, but my parents, like Chris was alluding to, they would like set up the presents in an awesome
almost like a store way
like
or something.
they would like have fun with it. They would like do it in a setup. Well, I remember one time, right as we would come down the stairs, we used to love Digimon, and they got like I don't know a bunch of Digimon toy packs like. They had
the little figurines,
the little toys that I would always play with, and Chris would play with. Well, they put each pack in like a line from the stairs,
like baiting us
to the rest of the toys, and I just remember that sticking. I mean, it's not like my favorite gift
because it was funny.
I thought that was.
I was like, oh, piece of candy.
Yeah,
ooh, piece of candy.
It's just one of
and
those,
each time you get one, you're like, oh, these are such cool Digimon, and then you go to the next one, and you're like, oh, these are cooler.
That was awesome. Like that was really cool.
That's
so
cool.
I do remember that.
Then another thing that I remember was actually from our cousins. I remember, and the reason it's so important is because it's one of my favorite games today. Banjo-Kazooie. I remember in Minnesota. We were in Minnesota for Christmas, and our cousins gave us
shit.
a few. I
didn't even know that. I thought we just magically got it.
But I remember unwrapping Banjo-Kazooie and being like, I don't
Which
even know.
is it the one I'm thinking?
It's St. Louis.
Yeah.
They gave us.
God.
But the thing is,
I need to thank
I
you.
didn't know what it was. I just it's one of those things where it's not like we asked for it.
It's one of the most
they
critically.
just knew we had an N64. They were like, oh, let's get them this, and it changed our lives.
For some reason, I thought our dad got us that. Yeah, that's one of the most important games ever.
I feel like Banjo was
Banjo's like half the reason I wanted to ever make music too.
So that one's big, and then the last one is it's a much more recent, maybe like 6 years ago. Just getting when I got the drum set because I mean
God, that was 6 years ago. Jesus,
I think that was probably like
That's wow.
the coolest,
Yeah, no, Jesus
most
Christ,
useful, like awesome
slap
thing.
in the face.
You know what I mean?
Time right there. Yeah,
so
yeah.
That
amazing.
was got to be my favorite and best because I still use
yeah.
it today.
That
and I love it.
that is a really good gift.
Yeah, like that's the one that
Give
was
the
like,
gift of music today. Like
Yeah.
if you have a
Yes.
kid out there, like I mean, obviously don't be like you're gonna fucking play this violin.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like if you can get something like a keyboard for your
Yeah,
kid,
because I remember
just a keyboard, man. We're still using that fucking keyboard.
I got a keyboard.
I got
we
a
still
drum
have
pad.
it. He got a drum pad.
I broke
the
that
same
shit.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is really important.
It is.
Just like
So
I
what
honestly
about you?
think.
The T-Rex.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but yeah, I mean, there's been
What
so
about,
many.
did you get a guitar or something? For, like
I got my bass for Christmas. That was one of my Christmas.
I think I
presents.
got my very first guitar for Christmas.
Yeah.
Actually, my very first
And
electric
then I think
guitar.
I got an acoustic bass for Christmas too.
oh yeah.
That was really
Oh
cool.
yeah, I forgot you had that. But yeah, I had
It's
that
pretty
like
cool. It
first
actually
act.
sounds pretty good.
It's cool. Yeah, acoustic basses are cool. But yeah, this first act guitar was like a piece of shit. But it was a good way to gauge my interest.
Oh shit. I thought of
Whoa.
another one. This was both of us that we got for Christmas.
Oh,
we
Are
got
we just gonna? This is like nostalgia.
Lego
cast right
Studio.
now.
I know.
we
Yo!
got Lego Studios.
Oh my God, yes.
Because we were fucking
Okay,
obsessed
Lego
with Legos
Studios
like any other kid.
was software.
It was and it, oh shit!
Jesus
I got knocked over the computer.
That
I was
was
so
dangerous,
excited.
folks.
A little too excited
But
about
we're
Lego
still
Studios.
recording. But yeah, so it had this little camera, a Lego camera.
It was literally a Lego camera. They made it so
Yeah.
that you could snap. It had Lego brick stuff on it, so like
Sure.
you could snap it onto like a car, a
Yep.
Lego car, and drag the car around so it was like an action shot. But this was the best thing about Lego Studios. Okay, it had stop motion.
Yes.
So well, it had to because you're doing a Lego movie, so
Sure.
you're moving the little Lego figurines. I made like so many Lego movies. Like,
And the funny thing is,
God, that's
we made
so
Lego
fun.
movies, but I remember using it. to
No, we
make
did live action
Yeah, we
movies.
used it for actual movies too,
That's
with
awesome.
the Lego Studio software. Like I remember we made Catzilla with our cat like wrecking.
right. Yeah,
the Lego
yeah.
City.
That was amazing.
That was so awesome. So
No,
yeah.
we still have that. I used that as a webcam
Yeah,
before
Legos-
we even had webcams.
But that we definitely got that for
It's
Christmas
crazy.
because I remember that day, coming downstairs, trying that shit out.
Well, the one thing I really liked was like one time I made a kung fu movie.
Yeah.
And so we'd use like the actual like the real recording like live action, and we'd be like fighting, but then we'd do like a special effect. So we'd do stop motion, and I'd punch you, and then you'd like slide across the floor
Yeah.
in stop motion.
I
Oh,
remember that.
Jeez.
But you
It's
gotta
so
understand,
crazy.
this camera is like
We have it.
It's this big.
It's
Right.
here in like.
So imagine just
in our
trying to
area.
like
I think I
actually
remember
film a
seeing it
movie.
It's a
like-
piece of shit, but it was just at the time like nothing cooler. Yeah, seriously the best.
So yeah, I just had to throw that one in there.
That
It's
is
just
greatest
in
of all
there.
time right there. That was Christmas. Wow.
But gifts that we what'd you say? Gifts that we wanted but never got.
I was just wondering if there was something that like sort of an ideal Christmas gift that you.
No, I don't know.
See, that's the thing. My Christmases were too nice and
yeah,
good.
honestly,
I just was wondering if there was
Maybe
that
we
one
were
thing.
spoiled by that.
We are
Yeah.
spoiled. That was a problem. but-
that and I feel like the things that it's not like as a kid, if you wanted something, it wasn't. I feel like we didn't want unrealistic like it was just like some Legos or like.
The thing was, I remember wanting things that were like they weren't real. When I was really young, like I'd be like, I want this specific item, like a weird quirky accessory, and it'd be like this doesn't exist. Nowadays, you could get those things
Okay.
made online, like
Right.
like personalized things. Like I might like really like, I don't know, just weird stupid things because I was a weird kid like that. Like I can't even give you an example. I think I remember one time being like, I wanted a like a okay, you know how they made those like watery tube things that like they're like basically like a it's like you squeeze it in the water.
Worm
Oh.
Yeah,
thing?
okay. I for some reason wanted one of those,
Sure.
but I wanted it to have inside of it like Pokemon.
Okay.
Like how the fuck would you get that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just an example that I don't think I ever really wanted that. I'm just saying that would be an example of something I would think would be so cool
Yeah.
as a kid because I was stupid. I'd be like, what would I ever do with that?
Yeah. Play with it.
Right. Well, right, but I'm just saying that's an example.
how to
Of,
jerk off.
I'd like put that on the thing, like on
Yeah,
my
that's
list,
very
and
specific.
people would be like, "What the fuck? Like, how am I ever supposed to get that?" You know, like nowadays you could probably like fucking find it somewhere,
Right.
like
You probably can.
or like just just
I'm
weird.
pretty sure they still make those things.
I don't get why. I know they sell them at aquariums because it's like there's fish in it.
Right.
It's just one of those worthless things. I also was obsessed with those things you could get at amusement parks that were like, you could walk like an invisible dog,
Yeah.
or they were like a real foam animal on a wire on a coat hanger.
I wanted one of those.
Why did I want all that shit? I also wanted like just weird things like Chinese finger traps, like just things I'd see on TV and I'd be obsessed with. I was like, I need one of those. Oh God, there's so many things like that. Like coming back in my mind, I'm like embarrassed thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm not actually drinking eggnog. It's actually a Coca-Cola.
Oh,
Got Santa Claus on there. I'm sure you guys noticed that
Are
one.
you sponsored by Coca-Cola?
Whoa,
Yes,
this
the
is
Vortex
like an advertisement.
Sponsored by Coca-Cola Classic. No, but this... So I just found out today that there is a thing called the Coca-Cola lorry, which I Googled.
What?
That's a Coca-Cola truck.
No, that's what British people.
In the United Kingdom. This
They
is
call
a
lorries
Christmas...
trucks.
A Christmas tradition. It's a thing...
Over
So-
it's literally just
For
usually
Christmas?
during Christmas.
Oh, maybe it's not just Christmas.
I'm pretty sure this
Maybe
is...
it's all the time. But we're going to say it's Christmas. So...
Well, hold on.
Do you
Coca-Cola
associate
has
the polar bears?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Coca-Cola
so-
kind of goes with Christmas
Okay,
because
but
of Santa.
So we're going to say it's Christmas
Santa,
tradition in
yeah.
the
Polar
UK.
bears.
Yeah.
So it's this truck, and I did my research because I was just so curious. Like, so do you go there and just get Coke? It's like a truck, a semi, and it goes around. It's got Coca-Cola on it or whatever. And people, like a lot of people, go to this thing and to take pictures with it, like next to it.
You get it labeled and stuff now.
What label?
There's Coca-Cola cans.
So you get a special
Oh,
Coca-Cola lorry
I
Coke.
don't know if you. I think they just give you a Coke or something
Okay.
when you're there,
Oh.
but you just.
It's like an ice cream truck, but Coke.
Well, that's what I thought at first, but I think they just give you Coke because you're there. I think it's
So
just an
it's like a
attraction.
promotional thing.
It's just like, oh, let's see the truck.
So it's like the Oscar Mayer
guess,
Wiener
yeah. It's just
mobile.
weird,
The
like
Wiener mobile.
because I was looking at. I mean,
God. So it's a British thing for sure, though.
oh yeah, because here, hold on a sec.
On the entire, like in
Because
Scotland
I know,
too?
Here, there's like a new
Coca-Cola
new ones.
Christmas truck tour.
Oh God.
So listen,
This is big.
listen to this.
Why don't we have this?
Christmas truck.
Now we've got a map here all over the United Kingdom. We've got
Oh shit! There's a lot of destinations.
the Coca-Cola Christmas truck stop.
They even go to
on-
Northern Ireland.
on Clacton Factory Outlet. We've got it on
Wait, no, they don't. Sorry, Northern
Westwood
Ireland. They don't
Cross.
in Scotland.
London,
Well, duh.
Milton Keynes.
So Milton Key. Okay, you're just naming all the big cities.
But I mean, there's probably
50.
at least 50
true.
Coca-Cola dots here. They're all over the UK.
So
Wow.
what I want to do, if we have a UK listener, which we probably don't, but if we do, I want to hear about this from your
Yes.
mouth.
I
want
want
you
to know what it's like.
Tell us about this. Send us an
That'd be
email
awesome.
or comment on the YouTube version.
And yeah,
We want to hear if
have-
you've done this,
your
because
experience of the
Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola
lorry
Christmas bus tour thing.
truck.
Yeah.
Lorry. They call them lorries.
Lorries.
It's like that's like their version of like a big truck, I guess.
If you want to see a picture, I mean, here it is.
Oh, that looks fucking cool. So it's okay. So a lorry is a semi truck.
So what
Yeah.
you do?
I imagine like a
yeah, you can
a
get your
U-Haul.
picture on. You can get your picture on this, like
That's cool.
kind of like a like a stop, like a bus stop kind of thing.
The thing that's weird about Coca-Cola and Christmas, like you bring it up,
Is there like a tour inside of it? And be like,
I
all
read
fancy,
on a
fancy?
thing.
There's gotta
oh,
be.
look at all these Cokes.
well, what do you fucking expect would be in it?
No, I don't think you go inside because I read a thing that was like, it was like a.
You don't want to know what's in there.
It's like visitors are not allowed
Permitted in the
inside.
truck or lorry. But I read. I don't know if this is true. What do you think about this? The appearance of Santa, like our image of Santa, is actually from Coca-Cola marketing.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah, like the red and
So
white.
this guy.
Yeah,
right there,
that's
that-
the reason he looks like that on the thing, and why
It's
we
just
think
'cause
of him as a
red and
guy.
white?
The red
The
suit
Coke?
with everything that was created by Coke, apparently.
Huh.
Like that exact image, like fat guy.
I can
Wow.
believe it.
Coca-Cola create like a painter. They hired a painter to do this for an ad, like him holding a Coke bottle.
And because Coca-Cola's thing's red and white, is that why? Or
Yeah, but that's part of the reason why we have this iconic.
Well, Japan has blue Santas.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
imagine
I think
if
cultural differences,
it
but
would change imagine.
I don't know if it's maybe it's China. I don't know.
Imagine
One of
he
those
wears
two.
yellow.
It
think
might
it-
be.
well,
It
no.
might be over in that general area, anyways.
Right.
But like,
I think in
I
Europe
know
he
one
wears
of
like
them
white.
has like blue Santas.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I know that he wore
It's
like,
I didn't know that. I was like, what?
but
Yeah,
that's why he wears. That's why he looks like that to us in Western
Right.
culture. I think in
Yeah.
Europe, I remember seeing pictures where he'd be dressed in. Can you look up Saint Nicholas, like a picture of him? Like in Europe or something, like the
Yeah.
original where he's from, like because I think I remember him wearing like white or something. Yeah, he's got like a red cloak, but like a white
yeah.
robe.
Yeah,
But see, we
okay.
imagine him wearing like red with like fur,
Yeah.
Sure.
due to this one painting
Yeah.
that has now been adopted. I mean, isn't that fucking crazy? Like, that's just weird
Yeah.
to me. It's like they turned Santa Claus into Mickey Mouse, kind of, and now he's like just he's not
Kinda,
like
yeah.
that. He's like a mascot. It's crazy.
Oh wait, here is
History of Santa.
the true history of the modern day Santa Claus.
Let's
Just
hear
gonna
this.
look at
Let's
it.
see how much full of shit I am.
Well, oh wait, it's a video. We don't need that.
No, we don't want a video. I just want to know. Go to Wikipedia.
Okay, here are some key points of this article. Santa's been featured in Coke ads since the 1920s.
There you go.
Coca-Cola helped shape the image of Santa Claus.
There you go.
This looks like a painter, yeah, an illustrator.
Made an ad.
used, yeah, he basically made him up,
There you go.
and the new Santa, I don't know what the new Santa is.
That's him.
Oh, okay, was based on a salesman.
Okay, so what did Santa... I want to see what illustrators thought Santa looked like before the Coca-Cola Santa
Yeah.
that we all know today. Because, basically
What's the new
Oh,
Santa?
That was it.
Here's
The
a question.
Coca-Cola's the
What
new
is the
Santa.
original color of Santa Claus's suit before it became red in the Coca-Cola ads?
Yeah.
Before the Coca-Cola ads popularized red as the color of Santa's suit, he was often depicted in green, though
okay.
also in red, brown, and white. Green
Okay.
was the traditional color of the British Father Christmas.
There you go.
Also
I always
green
thought
as
white.
in evergreens.
Sure,
okay.
yeah. But
So-
yeah, I remember seeing a picture of him like wearing like white with like green like stuff on it.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. Because, I mean, when you think of Christmas, the colors what? Red, green, and white, would you say, are like the...
That's the big.
So, I mean, that
Big
still
ones.
kind of goes along with the Santa. He could be wearing green, a little bit of red on him, and
Mm-hmm. It's just weird how marketing
is
like
weird.
created an entire
Yeah,
fucking like
That's crazy.
folklore.
yeah, it
Because in like 1,000 years, that's how Santa will be.
just
but
because
it's
of
from Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Fuck.
Wow.
Knowledge bomb. Have a holly jolly vortex. And if you don't listen in,
Oh.
subscribe to our shit.
And like our Facebook. I don't know. Do we have one?
Like, you might go, oh, the mistletoe. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.